Sat Shri Akal and Adab. This is your host in those, Mr. Bond, welcoming you back on Mutual Funds for All, No Age Limit. We have Mr. Rajat Dogra back with his set of queries. Welcome back, Rajat. And what's the second set of queries which you have for us?
So last week we spoke about the importance of downside protection and upside participation. So I wanted to know, how does one really achieve that?
Sure. So all of us understand signals, the traffic light signals. So I have created, so you must understand and respect market signals. Market is giving you signal on a practically everyday basis. So what are these signals telling you? When the light turns red, it says stop. When light turns amber, it says be cautious. And when the light turns green, it says go. Yeah. Similarly, market is telling us that when the markets are extremely expensive, treat that as the red zone. That's when you need to be cautious. That's when you need to move away from aggressive asset class. It can be equity mutual funds, get into conservative asset class, which can be dynamic asset allocation funds, and so on and so forth. When you are in the yellow zone, which is the reasonable valuation zone, you can continue to be in equity as an asset class because it's a reasonable valuation. And when you are in the cheap valuation zone, which is the green zone, the cheapest valuation zone, that's when you can actually go whole hog as far as your investments in equity as an asset class is concerned. So when you divide the markets into these three zones based on some matrix, it can be price to earning ratio, it can be price to book ratio, it can be dividend yield, it can be various other factors, but please create a discipline and understand market signals. If you respect markets, markets will respect you back. If you ignore fundamentals, markets will give you a reality check, which is happening from time to time in any investor's portfolios.
Okay. Wow. So that explains it very well. So one needs to have downside protection.
Absolutely.
And respect market signals.
Yeah? Absolutely.
Those are both extremely important.
Extremely important. So please understand, viewers, that market is giving you signals on a daily basis. We tend to ignore it because of our own greed and fear. Respect market signals, you will be on the right track. Thank you, Rajat. We'll see you next week with another set of queries.
Sure.
Thank you, viewers. This is your host and host, Mr. Bond, signing off. See you next week. Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.